Welcome back to Between the Ashes, The Growing Silence here for Freespace 2 Paladin Gaming. We're going to the second mission of the campaign, the Doomsday Machine. An ominous name. In addition to good hull damage, the Prometheus R carries an EMP effect to disorient enemies. Well, that's new.
As the commanding officer of Task Force 27, I'd like to officially welcome you to Luyten. To those of us with me here on Wayfarer Station, welcome aboard. She'll be our home for the duration of this tour, so make yourselves at home. To those joining us virtually from the other convoy ships, thank you for your attention. Got a lot to go over today, so let's get started. I trust that you familiarize yourselves with Luyten and the Tech Room database. I'd like to take the opportunity to clarify a few points and dispel some misconception I've heard going around. I ask that we hold QA until the end.
Yeah, there's a bit to go over. There's 5 pages to this.
We're here as guests of the Luyten New Alliance. Whatever we as individuals may think about them, their ideas of a techno-meritocratic utopia, or the way they run the system, they are the sovereign power in Luyten. Not to put too fine a point on it, I've heard murmurs that we're wasting our time here, that we should let the LNA take care of their own problems. Simple fact of the matter is, in only a few short years, they've turned an empty backwater system into an effective research hub. GTA Command considers our ongoing cooperation mutually beneficial, and that should be enough. Beyond that, the LNA civilian population are still civilians, and the Hammer of Light is no less murderous for being on the frontier. Public opinion of the GTA still hasn't fully recovered from Admiral Poe's missteps in Antares. It's an open secret that several well-known critics of the GTA sit on the LNA's board of directors. For them to have requested our assistance speaks of the seriousness of the situation. It also represents an opportunity to rebuild trust, both here and back home. We're not going to repeat Poe's mistakes. We're going to work with our allies to make sure their needs are met, and we're going to show them that we've learned from the past. I expect each and every officer and sailor here to follow the highest standards of conduct in cooperating with our hosts.
April 2nd, 2342.
As a binary system with 2 low habitability worlds, Luyten doesn't have much in the way of natural living space. This fits well with the Luyten New Alliance's vision of a spacefaring society, but it does present some unique challenges. The LNA maintains a diverse array of habitats, some permanent, some temporarily established for specific tasks. It's a lot to keep track of, so all personnel involved with flight operations are advised to periodically review the system map.
Which we
I'd
just
also like
did.
to take the opportunity to remind everyone of the navigational hazards in this system. Luyten's 2 suns give off frequent EMP noise that may disrupt fighter avionics, so be careful. The LNA also conducts gas mining operations in the Dositov Cloud, which you may be called on to protect. It's an unpleasant environment much like the upper strata of a gas giant, but I've been told to get used to it. As always, details are available in the map room. Lastly, STX Operations has partnered with the LNA to oversee mining operations in the system's Ort Cloud. The LNA gets to leverage STX's expertise with large-scale mining, and STX gets priority access to the raw materials out there. Of course, the recent appearance of the Hammer of Light has changed the equation somewhat. Security in the Ort Cloud is largely maintained by a paramilitary group calling itself the Second Dawn Society, which the LNA treats as a de facto system militia. Reliable information on this group is hard to come by, but what we do know has been compiled in the tech room. Luyten is highly unusual by the standards of frontier systems. The LNA drove out the usual pirates when they took over the system, and they continue to maintain order in the system's core. The LNA's ongoing scientific research means they have charted most of the subspace geography throughout the system. They have constructed permanent way stations to oversee the most popular navigational sites as well. And of course, if everything were well in this system, we wouldn't be here. Between the Hammer of Light and mysteriously vanishing ships, the LNA's lack of seasoned pilots has become a problem. We don't know for sure who's behind the disappearances, but the attacks have been focused on isolated cargo depots, long-haul ore carriers, and similar low-value targets. That doesn't fit the HOL profile at all. The Second Dawn Society is another likely suspect, but that doesn't fit with STX's reports of their conduct, or what we know of their ethos. The LNA's working theory is that a small-scale pirate group may have survived their initial purge after all. They've taken to calling this group Raiders. Our first priority is stabilizing the situation with the Hammer of Light. The LNA is overextended trying to cover all their territory. Before anything else, we need to see to public safety. We're working to schedule our Fenris, Leviathan, and Atten elements to lend fire support to the LNA's air wing. Our own pilots, meanwhile, should expect to be deployed to escort particularly valuable shipping, such as that associated with the LNA's beam weapons program. Once the immediate situation is stabilized, we plan to transition to a more offensive posture. We're fortunate enough to count 3 former GTI pilots among our number. Lieutenant McPherson and our CAG both served with the Cutthroats and Antares, while Lieutenant Commander Patov served in a covert capacity in the Great War. You 3 may be called to gather intelligence on enemy positions, either the Hammer or the Raiders. All personnel expecting to be involved in combat operations are also to familiarize themselves with the specifications of the LNAF Tier Interceptor, the LNAE Elcano Habitat, Amanu Station, and the various auxiliaries operated by the LNA. Pay special attention to the LNACT Myman Experimental Cutter. Of the 3 operational Mymans, 2 mount prototypes of the LNA's beam cannons and another is going through its shakedown period as we speak. I expect the Myman's weaponry to be an important factor in our fight with the Hammer of Light, both as a weapon and as a target of their attention. Dr. Tesega Sarno of the LNA is giving an official welcome letter. The LNA's research arm generally views the GTA more favorably than the central government, so long as we stay out of their hair. And Dr. Sarno is no exception. She'll be arriving at 11:20 hours station time. Until then, feel free to get a head start in the tech room, or familiarize yourselves with the Wayfarer Station. She is an older facility, so try not to overwhelm the net with maintenance requests.
Alright, education, Harvard University, Solb, BA 2324. Yeah, this isn't as long as... This is still relatively early in the separation. So... System map has new stuff. We know that because we didn't finish it when in our last review. I'll continue reviewing it after the next couple of missions. Let's continue to our mission briefing.
Good morning, pilots. I hope you're all getting settled here in Luyten, but we've already got a situation developing. The Luyten New Alliance has asked for our assistance, and your names are up.
The issue at hand concerns the Chicxulub, one of the LNA's Maimon-class cutters.
Built here in Luyten, these ships are host to a number of experimental weapons, chief among them a photon beam emitter running along the ship's spine. The Maimon beams are based on data gathered from the SD Lucifer, just like the main guns of the Hades superdestroyer. Unlike the Hades, the LNA designed their hardware from the ground up, rather than trying to emulate the Shivan originals. They plan on conducting a series of tests to prove the viability of their prototype. But there's been a hitch.
The LNA set up a temporary weapons range near the Dositov Cloud, in hopes that the inaccessible location would deter onlookers.
30 minutes ago, a Vasudan force decided to dash that hope. They've been holding position 15 clicks out from the range, under ECM from a nearby Imhotep science cruiser. If that wasn't enough to confirm their allegiance, visual inspection has confirmed the existence of one Nuit and one Selket-class cruiser, possibly the HLC Towerette which disappeared in Altair 3 years ago. They're backed up by an R10 and an unknown number of fighters. Too many of our assets are tied up providing convoy escort to launch an assault against this fleet. They seem content to just observe so far, but that's liable to change when the tests start.
The Chicxulub is commanded by one Captain Bethany Hughes. The experiment is being overseen by Dr. Agamas Fade, a particle physicist with a history in weapons research.
Both officers agree that the Hammer ships are unlikely to gain any useful information at this distance, and have indicated that they do not intend to abort the test. Captain Varner believes that a show of strength is our best option against the HOL at this time. That's where you come in. The LNA has little experience against this enemy, so they've asked us to provide security.
Subspace topography near the cloud will keep the cruisers from jumping to attack the range, but that won't be any problem for their fighters.
I'm certain you all understand the importance of what the LNA is developing here, and just how bad it would be if the Hammer of Light got their fanatical little hands on it. Do not let that happen.
Be prepared for Hammer freighters or transports trying to dock with the Chicxulub, and take any means necessary to stop them.
It is also possible that the local raiders may be cooperating with them, as was the case in Antares, so regard any unexpected Terran ships as potentially hostile until proven otherwise. You've had 3 days to learn what the flight deck is, so get moving. You launch in 15.
Alright, primary objectives. Protect LNACT Chicxulub and secondarily oversee the weapons tests. Alright, so... Loki's are reserved for recon and bombers are reserved for assault use. Alright, so a feature of Between the Ashes 2 is an inventory system. We will go over the inventory management screen, but suffice to say that if we lose any of these fighters, we ain't getting them back. Similarly with any missiles we expend. So, we're gonna fly Hercs, I think. Because we're defending a static position. Banshee and Avenger. We're gonna go for Subox and Prom R's, I believe, and Screw Hornets. And we'll copy that to wing. And there's only one countermeasure choice, so it's interesting that that menu exists. So, let's hit it. Cutscene.
Alpha Wing, we bear control. Local maintenance traffic is moderate. Jump at your discretion. I'm ready when you are, boss. Let's get this over with.
I know you've seen combat before, Hermes. Don't let your nerves get the better of you.
Yes, sir.
Alright, well, let's get to the weapons test range. Just the amount of work that's clearly gone into this, even from just going to the beginning of the second mission, is just phenomenal. Like, mad props to the team. I am loving this so far. Here we are.
Luyten vessels, this is Alpha Wing of the 508th Loaded Dice, GTI Wayfarer. We are responding to your request for fighter cover.
Glad to see you, Alpha. Those hammer ships have been holding position for the past hour. We haven't been able to penetrate their ECM screen, but they haven't made any aggressive movements yet. We aren't sure of their intentions, so take up position around the sensor platforms and stay alert. Maintain a 500-meter safe distance for the duration of the test.
Copy, Chicxulub.
Just wish we knew what they wanted. Hell, what's Holly even doing in Luyten to begin with?
Vade here. That Emotep's giving off all kinds of emissions, but if they think a little electronics noise is gonna scare us into aborting, well, we'll just have to put on a good show.
Captain Hughes, Dr. Vade, we copy. Alpha Wing is moving into escort position.
This is Behringer. We've packed up the construction equipment and we're heading back to the barn. Good luck with your science fair, Aggie.
Emphasis on that line is a little wrong. Good luck with your science fair, Aggie. Oh well. It is an
Alright, for the first test, we're gonna check out the beam's attenuation. How it loses coherence the further out it goes. We're gonna line up some Amazons and see how much energy the beam loses poking holes in them.
I'm gonna put myself on this side, be between
With
hostile
the HOL in the area, I'm a new station once these tests wrapped up as quickly as possible, so we'll begin the whole damage test immediately after the attenuation test.
The drones are moving into position now. ETA, 30 seconds.
1250, 750, 1000.
Jeez, I know they're just training drones, but 2 clicks for a coherent energy weapon? They can't really. Can they?
The LNA thinks so. Varner thinks so. For better or for worse, we're about to find out.
Well, the test targets are all lined up. Stand clear and get ready for some fireworks. Captain?
Beam attenuation test in 3, 2, 1. Fire in the hole!
They can.
Whoa! Look at that! Just look at that! Oh, that is a thing of beauty. EM data collected and logged. What a shot.
I'm glad someone's enjoying this.
What are you talking about? I am.
At least they're on our side.
The whole damage test target is in position. Dr. Vade, are you ready?
Sure am. 1 plasma core ready for insertion.
Very well. Begin whole damage test. Now!
Very nice. Good effect on target.
Wayfarer, this is Hughes. Interference from the HOL ship is preventing our sensor platforms from fully penetrating the target's hull. May Alpha Wing assist with our scans?
Affirmative, Chicxulub. Alpha 1, scan all the subsystems on target A. Alphas 2 through 4, maintain escort.
Copy, Command.
Scanning an Amazon Advanced. Brings back memories, doesn't it?
Alright, sensors are destroyed, but we'll scan them anyway. Alright, let's be clear.
Scan data received. Thanks, Alpha.
Let's get this wrapped up. Alpha, withdraw to 500 meters. We'll begin the second firing sequence when you're clear. Destroying test target A in 3, 2, 1. Fire in the hole!
And bye-bye.
At least Oppenheimer recognized what he was playing with.
Uh-huh.
Acknowledged and agreed, Hermes. But we've still got a job to do. I'm detecting some... GTA fighters, we've got a hammer of light wing in our operation zone. Say again, HOL scout wing entering our OZ. Scorpio wing, 3 horses, likely a fighter sweep. Hostile reinforcements likely, stay close.
Staying close.
There they are! Seps. 3 Seps. Designation Ares.
That's easy.
Alpha, those fighters' flight paths are aimed right at you. Brace for swarm missiles and work with the LNA sentry guns if you can.
Alpha, LNA command is redirecting a fighter wing to this position. Expect reinforcements. ETA is 20 seconds. So much for Sleepy Tor.
Do Terra energies have any originality? Must you always try to emulate the
Says the
destroyers?
terrorist trying to steal it.
Mainly, 134 Barracudas, targeting Scorpio and Ares wings. This is the real deal, kids. Watch each other's backs.
134th.
Pop up contact.
That
camera
unit's on the
three.
Octane. We were assigned to it.
to have pulled back for now. It looks like they were casing the joint to whittle down our defenses.
Wayfarer Tactical agrees with that assessment. HLR warships
Weapon
have not
energy
withdrawn,
low.
so stay alert.
Pilots, we won't be able to jump for several minutes, so we're continuing with the final test.
Another test. Are you sure that's
Weapon
wise,
energy low.
Chicxulub? The hammer could sortie additional fighters at any moment.
We don't have much of a choice, Sharon. Our jump capacitors are cold and the prototype's on its own power grid. We simply don't have the hardware to shunt the power to the drive.
And the beam's capacitors are just about ready, so we're gonna finish what we came here to do. Alright pilots, the target's in position and the prototype's fully charged. Stand by for double plasma core insertion.
Double plasma
Oh, you're
core.
gonna wanna watch this.
Full power on target B in 3, 2, 1. Fire in the hole!
It's gone. Registering total destruction of test target B.
Well, will you look at that. Another day at the weapon range, another satisfying kaboom.
That's all we need, pilots. We downloaded the sensor data and we're purging the platform's logs. We should be ready to jump in approximately 4 minutes.
Oh, if I know the hammer, they're not going to like that.
It's nice to have you here, Alpha. I'm Lieutenant Nasir Carson with the 134th Barracudas. We're a combat evaluation unit, but with the hammer dread and the missing cargo, we had our hands full flying escorts.
That's why we're here, Lieutenant Carson. I'm Lieutenant Wayman, 508th Loaded Dice. We'll be officially introduced at the meet and greet next week. But for now, we're here to help.
Hey Jai, I'm Sub-Lieutenant Kinson, GTA support geek. I've got tier specs pulled up if you need repairs.
I'm the only one who took damage, looks like. Whoops.
A sadist just jumped in with escort. It's gotta be a capture team.
Pilots, do not under any circumstances let that ship dock with the Chicxulub. Splash the escort, mine the turrets, and take down the Defiler before it can call backup.
Uh-oh. What are you?
What the hell? Incoming jump signatures. Lots of them. Configuration unknown. The unknowns are targeting the hammer fighters. Slotting at...
Belay that. We're being targeted too. Command, we're engaged in a three-way dogfight. Please advise.
Pilots, your top priority is getting control of the battle space. Protect each other until you get an opening to take out the Defiler. Stay alert for further advisories from the Chicxulub.
Chicxulub, I'm reading an unknown ship inside the hammer's ECM field. It looks to be engaging the Selkit screen. Can your sensors make anything out? Good shooting, Juan.
This thing got a shotgun? Well, they blow up easy.
Look at these configurations. They have to be uncrewed. They're too small, and they aren't even trying to defend themselves. But damn if they can't swarm you.
Alright, let's take care of this fucker.
Target confirmed. Geometry hot.
Ugh! What are those things? What's even the point of this attack? These ships are just going after everything.
Pilots, the Defiler is beginning terminal docking maneuvers.
It's dead.
Take it out, quickly.
The Defiler is losing hull integrity. Scratch target.
Weapon energy low. Bank 1.
The Raiders have wiped out half the hammer formation. How are they doing this? Who are they?
Resuming escort position.
I'm pulling your diagnostics now, Alpha
1. The Selkent-class cruiser just pulled out. The rest of the formation's been destroyed. What is that ship? It doesn't fit any regular classifications.
Jump drives are at 80%. We'll scuttle the sensor platforms once we're clear.
You're good to go. Who's next?
Fire this missile.
Boss! You've got bandits at 6 o'clock!
Whoops. Okay, they're firing shotguns. They're firing some sort of shotgun weapon.
We're about to scuttle the platform. Pilots, get out of the way before they detonate. Detonating sensor platform in 3.
Screw the countdown, just do it.
Mind the furball, Commander.
Bandit down. Crash target.
Weapon energy low.
Off my wing.
And it's charged. Jump drives are charged. We're initiating subspace now. Glad you're on our side, boss.
Alpha, the Chicxulub is safe. Clear your 6 and follow them out.
Alright, let's get out of here. Why am I shaking? Why am I shaking? Oh, shit. Huh. Okay. That was weird. Alright, let's jump before they lock onto me. There we go. Oh, that was close.
Welcome back, Alpha Wing. While you were in subspace, LNA Command reported that the Chicxulub arrived safely at Armanu Station.
You faced considerable resistance, not only from the Hammer of Light, but also these mysterious raiders. Your diligence and quick thinking in the face of a highly unstable situation is to be commended. We still don't have any information on the HOL's objectives in this system. While you were defending your objective, the two groups engaged each other, and the raiders destroyed 3 of the 4 Hammer ships in the EZ. This establishes beyond reasonable doubt that the two sides are not working together. The Hammer is clever and sneaky, but throwing away cruiser assets for a simple deception crosses the line into stupidity. The confirmed presence of Hammer of Light forces in Luyten and the capabilities the raiders have demonstrated here indicate that the situation in Luyten is far more dangerous than GTA Command expected. We have dispatched messages through the Luyten Larimer subspace relay, and our Vasudan colleagues have done the same. Given the distances involved, it may be some time before fleet assets can arrive. We will keep you updated as soon as we have anything definite to go off of.
On a more positive note, the Chicxulub was able to recover the ejected pilots of Xywing before its departure.
Gee.
While combat spacecraft aren't easily replaceable this far out on the frontier, they're far more replaceable than pilots.
We've assigned the unknown raider ships you encountered reporting names drawn from historical Brittonic and Welsh mythology. The fighters have been designated TF Kama and the large ship TCV Kerahes. We don't have the human resources out here to perform a full-scale tactical analysis of your flight data, but we do know that the Kama carries no shields or secondary weapons, and we believe that the Kerahes has some degree of electronics warfare capability. Since the Kama appears to be uncrewed, we suspect the larger ship may control them directly. Taking it out is therefore a top priority. Reconnaissance flights to track down the Kerahes and identify the Hammer's base of operations will begin over the next few days. Praxis review of the preliminary schedule will begin at 18:30, and I want all of you there. This is a complicated situation, pilots, but I have every faith in your ability to handle it. Dismissed, pilots.
I don't remember losing any of She-Wing. Maybe it happened while the jump drive was being screwy. I didn't look at my sensor. I didn't look at my wing status. Alright, no recommendation statistics.
Welcome back, Alpha Wing. While you were in subspace, LNA Command reported that the Chicxulub arrived safely.
Why is that playing again?
You faced considerable resistance.
14 kills, 2 assists.
Not only from the Hammer of Light, but also these
1 Seth, 4 Horus, 1 Status, and 8 TF Tama.
Thinking in the face of a highly unstable situation is to be commended. We still
Bring our all-time
don't
kills
have
to
any
16 with 2
information on HLL's
assists.
objectives in this
So this was the
While you were
Doomsday
defending your
Machine, the
objective,
second
the two
mission
groups
of
engaged each other,
Between
and
the
the
Ashes, the
Raiders
Growing
destroyed
Silence
3
from
of the
Freespace
4
2 here on
ships
Paladin
in the
Gaming.
EZ.
This is Paladin
This
Gaming, signing off.
establishes beyond